Yeah, it's like 3 4 dreams. Psycho? That's a puzzle.
Lucy's like yours. He goes around every time
There is laid in the very nature of carnal men a foundation for the torments of hell. There are those corrupt principles in reigning power in them, and in full possession of them, that are seeds of hellfire.
That's humiliating, man. I've almost lost myself.
There's a lot of whores out there. It's too bad.
Rough them all up like
Carol.
she had no
No
fucking right to
make me feel like a whore.
She'll get hers. We reap what we sow. That's what you do when you
Fuck with life.
You get freaked.
You know,
Fiction bird. Aren't you tired of these cool priests shoving it to us just because in normal school they think there isn't any consequence for their actions? I think we should change dynamics once.
we got nothing on them. And you know they'll kick our ass
As if we even
look at them.
We can put the fear of God into them. Let's freak these tight asses out. Man, I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm not gonna let them have that power over me. My uncle's
Too short.
guns hidden under loose board.
In the sport.
We get those puppies.
Sweat run.
Show up at school during basketball
Go
practice.
practice.
Part of the while the door leading out of the jewels. No one is around. Guns and black garbage bags. We're busting each other up. Anyone out. I don't want anything to go wrong.
Just
No board. I can't even believe we're talking about this. It's insane.
Are in Scripture compared to the troubled sea. Isaiah chapter 57 verse 20. For the present, God restrains their wickedness by his mighty power, as he does the raging waves of the troubled sea, saying, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. But if God should withdraw that restraining power, it would soon carry all before it. Sin is the ruin and misery of the soul. It is destructive in its nature, and if God should leave it without restraint, there would need nothing else to make the soul perfectly miserable. The corruption of the heart of man is immoderate and boundless in its fury, and while wicked men live here, it is like fire pent up by God's restraint.
way to happen. I've always liked Freebird better. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? For I must be traveling on now, because I've got too many places to see.
I know your favorite movie. I know your favorite TV show. I know your favorite ice cream.
Death can be a
I
virtue.
wanna know your
There isn't a
favorite
single
song.
person who isn't guilty of its virtue. I don't get it. You're fucking crazy. I don't get it.
Do I feel that is
Death brings life. We're all part of just this big recycling experiment.
Fucking crazy? You consider murder a fucking virtue?
I do like yellow. It's like the effects of a sweet song. My heart jumps to a place where there is no song. Look how the stars, how they shine for you. And the stars, they turn me inside out. I like that. But I'm not really sure about yellow. A lot of people. I don't know why I do it. I think I do because sometimes I get overrun by my emotions. They think I'm cold-hearted. But I don't understand.
Murder brings revelation. No one cares about the proverbial John Doe and spends his life jerking away. He becomes a celebrity and caps an old lady at the corner named Murder. The world looks at it with disgust. The world tries
You're
to
not
make
being
sense of it.
serious.
The world tries to close their eyes. The darkness is from within.
I want to ask you something. But you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Well, of course. The world looks at it with disgust. Tries to make sense of it all.
Well, what do
The
you
world
like
tries
best?
to close their eyes to the darkness from within. Murder brings chaotic consciousness to the masses.
I couldn't kill. You gotta be really
How do I
fucked up
look
to
at you?
kill. You know, like that fucker next door.
I see see violence all over you. Just look at your room, the Quentin Tarantino films, the gangster rap. You see murder on the news every night. Murder is embedded in your soul. But you are a crazy motherfucker.
I don't get it. What are you talking about?
I'm just so what we are surrounded by.
So I guess you like my eyes.
Thoughts that invade us.
Next step will not be into another world. The unseen, unthought of ways and means of persons going suddenly out of the world are innumerable and inconceivable. Unconverted men walk over the pit of hell on a rotting covering, and there are innumerable places in this covering so weak that they will not bear their weight, and these places are not seen. The arrows of death fly unseen at noonday. The sharpest sight cannot discern them. God has so many different unsearchable ways of taking wicked men out of the world and sending them to hell, that there is nothing to make it appear that God had need to be at the expense of a miracle, or to go out of the ordinary course of his providence to destroy any wicked man at any moment.
What I do with that input is how much control do I really have?
Don't you like my eyes?
You can't generalize me like that. I know it's entertainment. I know the difference between right and wrong. No, I'm not buying that.
The world is run by money. We're a product of what we buy into. Like it or not, we consume the doctrine of big business. Why the hell do women mess with us so much? Fuck them.
Can you see the stars from where you are?
Well, you're definitely not helping me
Take
right
me
now.
with them far
Go
from
get
the
a
troubles
fucking
of this
beer.
world.
It'd be cool if we could get
Like the effects of a sweet song, my heart jumps in places where there is no hope. The stars, they turn you inside out. I've heard a lot.
And all of the other yellow things will not matter.
There's a magic aura surrounding the stars.
I want to have the fine and luxurious things of life, but I just want to leave a committed life behind. Will not be in
We're
vain.
sometimes too busy to
If I can
realize
do my
the things
duty
that
as a
matter the
Christian,
most are often
if I can bring salvation to a world once lost, if
Without
I
light,
can
we cannot
spread
see
the
it.
message
We would be like
as the
blind
Master
men,
taught,
uncertain of their physical
then my living
The light of the sun
will
nourishes
not
us,
be in vain.
keeps us warm, and allows
Yes,
us to see
Jesus,
the
I
world.
want to be on your right or your left side.
The light is
Not
here
for in
spawned
itself,
is a guide to keep us safe from the
I want to
dangers
be
that
on
we
your
can
right or your left
God calls
side,
our eyes
not
the
in
lights of our
terms
bodies.
of
The eyes
some
are like a
political
lamp
kingdom or ambition.
for the body.
And I
If
just
the eyes
want
are
to
sound,
be there
your whole
in love
body
and in
will be full of
justice
light.
and in
But if
truth
the switch is turned off,
and
your whole
commitment
body will be in
to
darkness.
others so that
So
we
if
can
the
make
light
of this
in you
old
is
world
burnt out,
a new world.
dark it will be. There's love that surrounds us, bursts through the darkness of our wicked lives. A love that carries the storm. A love that takes the sad moments.
I will love you as long as I can dream. As long as I can think. As long as I have a memory, I will love you. As long as I have eyes to see, and ears to hear, and lips to speak, I will love you. As long as I have a heart to feel, a soul stirring within me, an imagination to hold you, I will love you. As long as there is time, as long as there is love, as long as there is you, as long as I have a breath to speak your name, I will love you. Because I love you more than anything in the whole world.
their own lives, or the care of others to preserve them, do not secure them a moment. To this, divine providence and universal experience do also bear testimony. There is this clear evidence that men's own wisdom is no security to them from death, that if it were otherwise, we should see some difference between the wise and the politic men of the world, and others with regard to their liableness to early and unexpected death. But how is it in fact? Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 16. How dieth the wise man? Even as the fool.